Yes, survey testing. If you're anything like me, I feel like we've all thought that it might be at some point a good option to make some extra money, maybe to have a side hustle. You can do it from home or wherever you're at. But I feel like most times the only thing it did is waste your time. Well, after wasting my hours on platforms that literally paid me cents on a dollar, I'm talking like a buck or two, wasting my time jumping from app to app, we're back with an update on what I feel like is one of the best platforms right now that is legit, that actually pays you a good amount for your time here. So let's get into it. So a little background here. I've tried apps like Eureka, Survey Junkie, Swagbucks, Inbox Dollars, and the popular Google Opinions. We're not talking about any of those today. Again, it seems like a rat race of survey after survey. Maybe, yeah, it's a short survey. It takes like 30 seconds or a minute or two, but you're getting cents on the dollar. But yeah, we're not talking about any of those platforms today. This time, it's an update to one that I briefly tried prior here. I sunk more time into it. 2.5 hours of my time trying to take surveys, actually taking surveys, and making actually decent money. Let me show you. So I won't do a complete breakdown. You can watch that prior video if you want to learn about what user testing is. You're here for surveys. You get it. It is a survey testing, a survey platform, right? So we're scrolling through these surveys. I like that they tell you, okay, how much am I going to get paid? And some of these actually tell you how long it's going to take as well. So here's one right here. It says, great, you qualify. Now that is a gripe that I have with user testing. It was a gripe in my first video that you really have to go through kind of repetitive questions of, okay, do I qualify for this survey? Can I even get paid? Am I even going to invest my time and actually get some money? Or am I just going to waste my time just trying to qualify? Because I had a lot of these that you're scrolling through, you're trying to qualify. Hey, do you work in this industry? Hey, have you ever purchased this? Have you ever done this thing before? On and on. What insurance do you use? Etc., etc. These are researchers, these are companies, these are startups, whatever, that are looking for information. So they're looking for specific information. So if you or I, if we don't qualify for that research demographic, you guessed it, you waste your time on the qualification because you're not even going to get a chance to make some money. But again, here's one that I did, luckily, thank you, qualify for. So $10 here. And it is on a Mac or a Windows computer. Now, some of these you can only take on the mobile version, their app, obviously, and then some you can take on a laptop or a computer. So we can kind of make out here, it says, scenario, you've been searching for online gambling on Google and have been chosen to click on an online gambling recommendation site. So what I do like about user testing, a whole lot more than all of those other aforementioned apps, is it is verbal feedback. It's literally, now it is recording your screen, it's documenting your workflow, your clicks if needed, but it is recording off of some kind of microphone, right? Headphones, what have you. But I really like that I can just literally give verbal feedback. I'm shown a website and I can say, hey, this looks kind of boring. These graphics don't really catch my attention. These graphics don't really communicate online gambling. It's hard to make out where you want me to click, etc., right? And this one actually only took a few minutes, which is fantastic. But some of these, one of these in particular in this, remember, 2.5 hours of survey taking, it took 45 minutes. So here's that survey. It's $10 for 40 plus minutes, we'll say, over 40 minutes. That is not a good payout, obviously, but check this out. It says this is a longer study and may take up to 40 minutes to complete. If the customer, again, the submitter, whatever company, is satisfied with your test, we will add $15 to your original payment, which you should receive 7 days after completing the test. I will say for any survey on user testing, you are paid. The policy states you're paid 7 days after completion. Now, again, the submitter, the company, they have to review, they're going to listen, they're going to watch sometimes your feedback here. And if all that's approved, again, 7 days payout to your PayPal account attached to the website. And we can see here, this one did take over 40 minutes. So 41 minutes and 50 seconds. So we can see it's uploading here to the website, to the submitter. So remember, it's recording your screen and it tells you, close out different tabs, etc. for privacy. But it's submitting that recording as well as your voice feedback as well. All right, so here it is, 2.5 hours of cumulative, not all at once here, but 2.5 hours of taking or searching for surveys. And I mentioned that because that's another gripe that I have here. Remember, I mentioned the qualifying. It can really be a pain going through all of these surveys, clicking on the qualification, go through maybe 1 or 2 screener questions to find out that you don't qualify. Okay, but the top 3 payouts, that's the most recent ones. That's what we're going to pay attention to. So look at payment status here. So we can see paid $10, another one paid $10, and then there's our bonus for that longer survey, paid a $25 bonus. So obviously adding all those up, a gross revenue here for my time invested, $45 divided by 2.5 hours. That's a payout of $18 per hour. So that's pretty good pay. It's not like crazy high, right? It's not $30 an hour, but I'm very confident that pay could have been even higher. So pay attention to this. Remember, I mentioned the qualifications here. You're going to find as you go through these prospective surveys that a lot of them sound very familiar. Remember examples. Have you ever bought this? Have you ever joined a gym? Have you ever been a teacher? Have you ever had a family member work for Apple, Google, etc.? And then you'll see them, maybe not, or actually sometimes maybe just a duplicate qualification question or something very similar. As in, hey, do you work in any of these industries? So the best thing that I saw here is to try to answer these short qualifier questions, and looking at the first qualifier question, trying to answer ones that you agree with in that you feel like you would actually qualify. So whenever you sign up, you actually indicate different niches that you have experience in or interest in. So these researchers, the businesses can send you surveys related to those niches. So answer that honestly, answer that truthfully. That'll give you an even higher chance to get surveys that you actually qualify for. Overall verdict, is it worth it? Yes, and here's why. So doing user testing full-time, I don't recommend it. A lot of these, I guess, side hustle platforms, apps are not really optimized as a full-time gig, more of a side income. So if you have some free time, literally as you're chilling on the couch, you have your phone, or maybe you are driving, maybe you're out on the road on some of those gig apps, or just on the road in general, you have a lull, you're sitting in a parking lot, or what have you, or really just any time when you have some free time. Again, you can do this on the phone app. You can do this at home on a laptop or a computer. This can be pretty good to give you some money for, again, just some downtime when you're not really doing anything anyway. I feel like if you're trying to make side hustle money, the niche of how can I make money but not use my personal vehicle for food delivery, for rideshare, for any of those apps, that niche I feel like is largely unanswered. And platforms like user testing and even other legitimate platforms like Respondent could be a good option to fill that void so you can earn some money. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Was there some wasted time doing this? Absolutely, with those qualifying surveys that honestly, they're a pain. But again, if you have some free time, it might be a good option. Certainly something that I'm going to keep watching, that I'm going to keep experimenting with, and actually comparing that with Respondent, another popular platform here, to see, are the payouts continuing? Are they strong? Can I still qualify for more and more surveys? And then lastly, I am not affiliated, sponsored, paid, compensated, any of that by user testing, Respondent, or any of those survey apps. So if you did get value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.